Hello, Southlands Youth. My name is Nick. I'm your youth leader that's on vacation right now in Saskatchewan. And upon Kathy's request, I was asked to redo my spoken word piece that I wrote up and did sort of in like the end of April before my goodbye party. So, right now I'm at my teenagehood camp, Springside. I've just did a bunch of work for the last day or so, and I got some free time. And upon Kathy's request, she would ask me to like videotape it and do it again, which I would love to do. So, for everyone who was there, and especially for who wasn't there, this is my spoken word piece that I wrote up because I love you guys a lot, and I hope you enjoy it the second time through. I haven't gone through it for a while, so it might not turn out so good. So, without any further ado, here goes nothing. It doesn't really have a title. It's just kind of more of how I've journeyed into being in your guys' lives and how you've been able to journey into my life. So, with that, this is my piece that I wrote. We're not here because of a Southlands service. When I first came to Winnipeg, asking if this was worth this change that almost felt worthless, leaving my home behind in order to take the time so I would not be academically denied the chance of living out for thine, to pursue my calling, putting in my all, leaving my little stall of Saskatchewan. No, it started far before that. I was 17 at the Queen City checking out Christian schools, finding where I could get my degree, which Booth College was uncovered. At this unique convention, for it came to my attention that this ought to be my academic detention, but not before I went to Eston, for that was where I was initially destined. First, Bible College, home of Jesus and biblical knowledge, of course, and a pull towards youth like an electric voltage, grabbing my heart to revolt this idea of passive relationships, but to really engage with the future of it all, for that was my call. Alas, my 2 years were up. It was time to move on, left Eston home gone. But surely I was not wrong, leaving all that I was, simply just because I gambled and I rolled the dice. I moved in with Sri Lankans who were quite nice, but their food tasted far from ice. Yet this was my third home, Grenfell, Eston, Winnipeg, thrice. A church needed in my new home, causing my first Sunday to roam with my newfound browns all around, drove me down to groove to the sounds and place a new jewel in my crown down at Southlands. I was here while I was there, but you did not know. I sat in the back not to attract any unwanted attacks, to help out in any way. Lord, I would say, not today, sitting in the back, unwanted attention, not to attract. I was content. I didn't want to move unless it was to the groove of Darren ripping some chords, making my heart adore this little Salvation Army Corps. Just a little more. But I fought. I fought with God in that back row where only I could go, but God said no. Enough's enough, go. But I've given before, yet you have more. Of course I don't, Lord. I can't. I've already done this before. Fridays ought to be a bore. Just pull me out of this war. Someone else can do it, because I'm edging to the door. I don't want to do youth ministry anymore. I said that 2 years ago, but I broke, and God made me cave. He pushed me to say, hey, to a pastor named Justin, and before I knew it, I was busting to Starbucks where we were discussing my new role in youth, and it came from the junior highs, my only option to help this church, these kids, my new adoption. Hi, I'm Sam, you said with a smile, and that's a boy's name, which I replied, and that made our friendship defiled. Yet friendship occurred in that little while as my reputation was on trial. In that first greeting, how far we've traveled since that very first table seating. A few quick weeks and I'm at this retreat. All of these new kids, Toby Mac and Beaver Creek, not realizing I was in for a treat, these newfound friendships made in the land of wheat. Happy birthday, it rang through the bus. To me, from my new friends to trust, a new era had begun. It was all in, or it was bust. My new best friends, a part of my Friday routine, making me glean at the Southlands scene, because y'all really mean more than can actually be seen. It's fair to say we've gone through a lot: laser tag, tobogganing, pumpkin bowling, and quests to Camelot. I couldn't find another word that rhymed. So here's our present scene, year 2, and for me, you've been my pizza to my cheese. Let's not forget the pepperoni, making this all to be a beautiful recipe that could only be orchestrated, in my opinion, and many others, by thee. I wish I could stay, if only it meant seeing y'all every day, the best youth in the world, and I don't lie about that. That caused my life to unfurl. I'm like a tree, lots of them out here, without its squirrel, yet it's not the end, it's just the wind bracing for another whirl, which I'll say I'll be back, which is my Terminator line. I gotta leave for summer, which I kinda already have. I gotta earn some dimes, write some new rhymes, which I have done, finally come back anew in the September year, and my biggest fear during this time is not to be near those I hold oh so dear. But when we reunite, it shall be sheer joy. So let's do this again in this upcoming year. Not so long from now, but until then, I gotta peace out. Have a sweet summer. I'll see you soon. The time away feels like a bummer, but hey, coming back will just be like a loud crack of thunder. I just think it'd be, like, that's the end. I just think it'd be really cool if just a bunch of thunder and lightning came out after I said that line, but it totally didn't happen. Southlands, I love you guys. I won't be at Justin's last service this upcoming Sunday, so I hope that goes really, really well. You guys have a great summer, and I know it's coming down, finals and all those things. You guys will all kick butt at those. I don't have any finals to write because I wrote them a long time ago. And yeah, just so you should know, I love you guys. I miss you guys. I'm praying for you guys, and you know, I hope you guys like my letter too. So yeah, without any further ado, thank you. And I'm really happy to be, I'm happy where I'm at, but I do miss you guys, so have a good one. Better turn this thing off.